Come on, guys. Another beautiful morning in the Philippines. In Buntag. Made some 3-in-1 instead of Death Wish this morning. It's actually really good. Saturday afternoon in the U.S. It's Sunday morning here in the Philippines. I was up before the Filipina. Ha ha ha. She's up now, but I've been up since like around 4. Daily quotes. Hello, Evander. How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming in, guys. Yeah, I'm up early. Yesterday I slept in. I gotta get up early if I want to do a reasonably long live stream. Sunday's supposed to sleep in. Morning, Mark. Nah, I don't need to sleep in. My day yesterday was awesome. It's 5:45 here in the Philippines. Hey, oh, wow, Steve. Interesting way to come into a channel. Oh, I've already made coffee. Bye-bye, Steve. Queen, hello. How you doing? How's everybody doing this morning? I just woke up. Roosters, I had to use the CR, aka bathroom. You're Indian, well, good for you. I'm doing great. The roosters don't bother me, dude. I used to have like 20 chickens and 5 roosters. And dogs, and cats, and goats, and rabbits. Yes, Alex, however, this is not a political channel. I'm not familiar with your flag, but thanks for watching from wherever you are. Langer Irfan, thanks for coming in. My country is US, but I'm living in the Philippines now. A few more hours today and it will be a month A month already here. Sweden. Nice. I am retired. What are you up to, Evander? No, I don't need to go to India. I'm pretty sure the guy's not going to let us have him here. So we're going to have to find another place soon. Yep. I'm only 49, so retiring at 49 is nice. Do a little Walmart shopping, nice. Yeah, I was hoping the place that Warren's at would allow us to have him, but they won't let him either, so. That's alright. I'm sure we'll easily find a place. We just gotta start looking again. We hadn't really checked at all, so we'll get on that and get it rolling. Oh yeah, it's awesome out here. I got a beautiful Filipina with me. Of course I'm gonna smirk when you see her come out and you see the kind of food I'm eating every day. Yeah. Good for you. Hey Bruce Wayne, how you doing, Batman? Thanks for coming in. Batman's here, Mark's here, Evander's here.
Morning, guys.
Philippines. Alright, take it easy, Alex. Thanks for coming in. Hit the like and subscribe on your way out, bud. What's for breakfast?
I don't know.
Chicken, looks like chicken and rice and eggs.
Like tuna.
Tuna would be great.
With what's that?
They have the spicy one.
Yeah. Good morning.
No hiding. You're gorgeous.
Is it 3-in-1?
3-in-1, yeah. Copico Blanca.
Yes.
Mark's asking if I'm treating you well.
Of course, Mark. Filipina. I'm Filipina. Good morning, Mark. I think delivery is coming.
Yeah, I think I've got a few deliveries today.
I text them yesterday.
Okay.
Delivered today.
I've got the motorcycle mount for the GoPro and a bunch of other stuff's coming.
GoPro? Did you order?
The mount for the motorcycle so we can mount it to the bike. Yeah, it's 10 to 6 a.m. here Sunday morning in the Philippines. Thanks for coming in, Shannon. Too chipper? Why wouldn't I be chipper out here? We got this girl. We had an awesome motorcycle ride yesterday.
Yeah, so fun.
put up a video for that a little earlier, a little sneak peek. Someday I'll get around to editing the actual videos. Oh, you're not annoying me, Mark. It's good to have you in here. I'm just doing a little housekeeping, putting in a link. Neither. Morena Filipinas. I haven't really tracked it super close because there's so many startup costs. I'm in the Philippines, Ibohol, Singha. Chill, that's nice. What's funny is my dog's name is Ash, and he's coming out in a while. So the first month we had things to buy, which really don't apply for if somebody's doing a trip. It would apply, I guess, for somebody moving here, but some things we got, some things we didn't get because some of the stuff was provided in the room. Like we didn't have to buy a refrigerator because it was already one in the room. There was a typhoon recently, but it was up toward Luzon, which is near the island Manila's on. So far they've avoided us, knock on wood. What band is on my shirt? It's actually not a band. It looks like a band shirt, but it's from Loot Crate, a monthly subscription box, and it's from the game Fallout. Yeah, I liked the game. I mean, I haven't really played the game, which I liked the show. One of these days I'll get around to playing the game. I own a bunch of them, but a lot of times I would buy games and get them for the collector's item stuff, which I've now given away because I didn't bring it out here. So I gave it to my buddy that bought my house. Just wasn't worth keeping stuff around, and it's just stuff, so who cares? Friend or foe, I recognize you. So the motorbike was used, but it only had 8,000 kilometers, which is only 3,000 miles. It was a 2023 160cc Honda ADV. Paid $2,700 for that. 6,500 pesos, so a little over $100 for the rack on the back with the top box. Helmets were about little over 7,000 pesos each, so that's about $120 each. So that was about 240. Reveille, 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 up all bunks. Uniform of the day is shorts and Keen's water sandals. Actually, what's up, Squid? How you doing, brother? If I had not upgraded seats, one-way tickets were about $920 one way, and that covered Seattle to San Francisco to Manila to Dumaguete. I already had stuff delivered before I got here, so there was already the aroma rice cooker. It can also act like a crock pot for slow cooking. You can also steam in it and saute in it. So let's say you want to make a stew or something, you can saute like your mushrooms and onions, and then as soon as you add the liquid to it, it switches over to slow cook. Yes, church yesterday was another motorcycle ride. I'd rather go ride and check out nature than hang out in a church. So, I don't know, probably a couple hundred to get groceries and everything, maybe 300 or 400, because you got to get your initial like sauces and spices and cooking oils and things like that. There was also already a gas grill here for us to use. I think those are usually about 5,000 or 6,000 pesos. Oh man, and the traffic and roads here don't bother me at all because I grew up riding ATVs in the dunes. So once I stopped thinking of it like a road and thought of it like driving in the dunes where there's no signs or lights or anything, then everybody just watches where everybody is and just goes. It's pretty easy to do. And just like in the US, you get a nice sense of freedom going out and driving or riding. But with the traffic around here, I would not get a car myself. You'll be way behind other people. Motorcycles weave in and out of traffic and make it places a lot faster. Well, there's always going to be sightseeing around because this is going to be kind of a travel blog channel in addition to daily stuff. The place we're in though is only 10,000 pesos, which is about 172 to 180 bucks depending on the exchange rate. Well, I probably would not drive if I was in a city like Manila, BGC, Cebu, but I'm not. And it's easy to ride around here. I drove through downtown Dumaguete last Thursday morning and it was fine. It's not a whole lot of hurry up and wait on a bike. Cars and trucks and buses are waiting. We just kind of go with the flow and make it pretty quickly. Giga, how you doing, buddy? I don't know. I'm not even sure exactly what I've spent. I did end up upgrading the long flight to business class, which was about an extra 1,020, and I highly, highly, highly recommend doing that. Haha, it's okay. On the men's room show back in Seattle that's also syndicated around the US, and you can listen to it on their app. I forget which channel they're on now, but they have a guy, his name legitimately is Michael Hawk, which they obviously had to have their legal team and FCC verify, but so they can actually call him Mike Hawk, which I think is hilarious. I'm sure that's the only reason he got the job, but that's on regular radio, so it's a okay thing to say. So if YouTube is scanning me, that's not me saying something naughty, that's me saying the name of an actual person on a radio show called The Men's Room in Seattle. Hilarious show. You can listen to it anywhere. For business class, yes. But I bid on it the night before. You could do it a few days before, but I bid on it the night before I flew. If I bought that business class ticket outright, it would have been $2,700 for that. So I saved a ton of money on the San Francisco to Manila flight I bought economy, upgraded to an exit row seat, but then the night before I bid on business class because they were still emailing me saying that they were available, so I put up a bid and they took it. And yeah, business class on Philippine Airlines is what every other airline calls first class. So I was in first class, essentially in the very front row in the middle aisle. So I was one Delta. Yes, you can bid on Philippine Airlines. And that extra $1,000 was absolutely worth it because you get a lay flat seat. I don't lay flat on them because I would snore bad, but there's like presets. The seats power everything, so I went to preset 2, which put me back at about 45 degrees, like I'm laying on a lazy boy. I got on board, they immediately offered something nice and cool to drink. They served dinner, which you had 2 choices, like fish or filet mignon, so I had filet mignon. And then you could get free mid-flight snacks, and then toward the end they served us breakfast. All the drinks and snacks I wanted, no extra cost. And with I have really bad knee pain, so I can't imagine being in an economy seat for a long time, but I had an exit row, so I would have been able to stretch my legs, but also if I hit the floor before somebody else, then you can actually stretch out on the floor there in row 41. Oh my goodness. Philippine Airlines had amazing meals. I'm sure they're not as good necessarily further back in the economy, but up in business class, aka first class, oh, super awesome. Good morning, Katango. Thanks for coming in. Oh, of course. I love when YouTube is dumb. I'm just trying to pin the comment and it goes to the video. There we go. So yeah, I am Mao. Well, Mao was a murderous fucktard, so good for you, I am Mao. Flying New Zealand, Singapore Airlines. Nice. I've never, well, this is really my first time flying out of the country, so, but I had heard from Jasper that Philippine Airlines was good, and that's what I went with. And I didn't even use a booking service. I just went straight through Philippine Airlines and got a great deal. And that was only with about 4 or 5 weeks, buying my tickets 4 or 5 weeks in advance. They give you a bunch of extra things too, like blankets and stuff. There's a lot of things included in Philippine Airlines that a lot of other airlines don't do, from what I've heard. Ticket to visit someone. Nice. I would say probably 5 or 6 grand startup. I don't think I've spent that much, but again, the gas cooking stove was furnished, the room was furnished, so we didn't have to worry about buying a bed, table, chairs, refrigerator, any of that stuff. Yeah, I don't need a cashmere suit, and not only do I not really wear suits, there would be no point here. Yeah, I got an extremely good deal. This is a good starter place too. Dude, 180 bucks a month. It was actually 172 for July. The first month electricity was really low because she wasn't using the AC and she wasn't using the refrigerator until a week before I got here. Oh, to Giga. Oh, thanks for coming in from Uganda. But water and Wi-Fi are included. He's got fiber internet, although I think he's not terribly happy with it. The owner's got to go back to Spain, something with his visa here pretty soon. But when he comes back after like a month, he says he's bringing Starlink with him to install. Yeah, I mean, I have some long sleeves, but I always roll them up. Unless I'm riding the bike, I've got some hooded long sleeve sunblock shirts. They're SPF 50, which I know that sounds stupid for clothing, but clothing does actually some clothing lets UV through, and it breathes really good. You can swim in it, so if you're out in the water, it'll help keep you from getting sunburned, but it's also great for riding the motorcycle, and it dries quickly. So I'm gonna get some more of those. Return flight for 500, nice. Yeah, most of my stuff just gone. I've got a few small things I'll probably ship over, like I want to ship some paperwork, I want to ship my Ninja cookware, my Ninja knives. I'm not gonna bring over like the air fryer and stuff like that. It's too much energy draw. I love my Ninja cooking stuff, but we'll go with the cookware and the knives. Almost everything's just been thrown away or given away, or I don't even think the guy sold much. He was gonna sell some of it, but I think he got tired of dealing with stuff in it, and I saw a bunch of stuff in a pile that was going in the dumpster. I'm like, that's good, that's good, that's good. You probably sell each of those for about 200 bucks a piece, but that's up to you. You're the owner now. You don't want to deal with it, throw it away. I no longer care. And we'd be happy staying here long term because you can do month to month or long term, but since we can't have Ash here, we've got to find a different place. You know, some people want to get a nice condo, and that's great if you need higher end living, but you can live in a simple place like this, save a crap ton of money, and use that money for savings or for going on trips once a month or a couple times a month. I don't need a super cush condo or house. I mean, my costs are gonna go up when we get into a place after this, but this is a great starter place. We only have to give them 30 days notice. You know, I don't think it's going to be as big a deal as people initially were saying. Especially if you go through like JR Consulting, a 29-day visa extension, they've only charged me 1,000 pesos, which is, I don't know, maybe less than $20. So, and that means you don't have to go into Bureau of Immigration. You don't have to maybe run into an officer that's having a bad day and decides he's gonna screw somebody over to make his day better or her day better. And I'm sure they're good people, but you know, they could get somebody that's a jerk ahead of me. It could be a Monday. Who knows? It's not that big a deal, man. I got an onward ticket. I paid 1,000 pesos for them to fill out the paperwork. Now that would probably be 2,000, 2,500 for a 2-month visa. You pay your fee. They tell you when they submit it for you. If there's anything, they ask the questions, and unless you get flagged to go in. No, I didn't try online. I don't want to have any mistakes that would have them be like, oh, you didn't answer this, so now come to the office. So I'm going to let the people that do it every single day take care of it and not have to worry about it. Yeah, I think you can renew online like the first 1 or 2 times. I feel like people say like the first 2, but I think it's just the first one, because after the first one, then the next one is because you get 29 days coming in, then you get a 29-day extension, and then you can do 60 days. And on that first 60 days, when you do all the extra stuff to apply for your ACR card, alien registration card, now that time I'll probably have to go in to the BI, because I think they have to fingerprint you and stuff for the registration card. But that's still easy. I'll still file it through JRC, and then when I have to go over, I'll just go in, give my fingerprints, whatever else. Which side? BI? Yeah. They have my, for the extension, which a lot of people are like, immigration says do it 2 weeks early. Jasper and other people are saying don't do it until like the last week, so that you don't lose time, because they're telling him they get, like he said, if he did it 2 weeks early, they would only give him a 1-month extension instead of a 2-month. Maybe that's where they are. Hey, Powerhouse, how you doing? I would rather just not deal with having to be in front of them. I mean, I had a security clearance for the better part of 30 years, so I've got a squeaky clean record, and it's not like I'm trying to hide anything, but who knows when you're going to run into somebody that's having a bad day and wants to ask questions and give you a hard time. So, and if you fill out a block wrong or forget to fill in a block, then they start asking more questions, you're getting more eyeballs on you. Just have a service do it, man. It's not freaking expensive. Pay the extra money. You don't have to stress about it. If there's more questions, they call and get the information. Like they had initially forgotten to get my departure flight information, but that was on JRC because they didn't ask me for it. It wasn't on me. I didn't have to go back and explain myself at the BI. Yeah. I mean, those people, they go in every day between the offices, between the consulting office and the immigration office. So I'm sure they're on first name basis with those officers. They see them every day. This is their everyday job. Hey, Bill. Hi, Tom. How you doing? Great. Thanks. Oh, this guy's got a new one. Is he okay? Yeah, we talked for like 45 minutes. He's a good dude. All right. Approved. Easy. But I really, we'll see how it goes in time, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal for most of us. I think people are freaking out prematurely. I mean, I was kind of freaking out about it too, because if they didn't extend me, then I'd have to go back, but it still feels like it's pretty low-key and mellow. I think it was targeted at the pogos that they outlawed and stuff. Other than other people that were coming in to the country and basically taking jobs from Filipinos. I don't think it's targeted at tourists and stuff. Could be wrong, we'll see. But end of March, all I got to do is make it to the end of March. Well, a little past that, because I have to apply. I have to hit my birthday. I have to apply for the SRRB. That can take, I've heard, anywhere from 3 to 6 months to get approved. Thank you, sweetie. So as long as they keep approving me, I'm happy. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, Mike. Me too, bud. Thank you. Show you guys breakfast here in a couple minutes. Alright, that yolk is pretty solid. Let's see if this one is solid too. Alright. They were trying to find my D214, got the stuff in the house, but I also requested another copy in case I couldn't find mine. I don't know about the whole apostling thing. I already have a request in with Navy personnel. It may have even arrived with Chip there. I have to ask him to check the mail. So if I can't find my existing copy because of multiple moves and stuff, not a big deal. I started applying for it like in April. They should have just sent it to me, but they hadn't scanned it into the National Archives yet, so they had to forward it back to personnel, Navy personnel. And even though I had signed in from a work computer with my CAT card and done all the phone verifications and everything, they didn't have the piece of paper with the request that had my signature on it, because I verified it electronically. So they sent me the request form, so it's really just a matter of time waiting for it to show up. Yeah, I was a little worried about the fire, but it sounds like personnel had it, but I don't know why after 17 years, some math. Yeah, 17 years they hadn't scanned it in yet, but whatever. Yeah, I guess that's a pain to get it stuff regraded. You can do it, but it's not easy. So I got eggs, garlic fried rice. That's corn tuna. Sauteed with peppers and garlic and onions. Hey Scott World, how you doing, bud? Every meal she makes is super awesome. I'd pay for it in a restaurant. We went to a Mexican place yesterday that was good, but she got halang, which is a Filipino soup. That was super amazing. We're going to go back for that often. It tastes kind of like the Penang curry, which is like the yellow curry with coconut milk on it. I had quesadillas, they were just so-so, but next time I'll get the halang. I love food like this. And I started eating breakfast like this in Hawaii 20 years ago. 21 years ago. No, 23 years ago. Last week we had the little fried fish, had fried bangus a couple days, spam and rice, yeah. I'm loving the fried fish here. Last night we had trucks to go. This place, they have a couple other things, but it's mainly just like rotisserie chicken, and you tell them if you want spicy or sweet or pepper, and they just cut it up, put it in a bag, pour the sauce on it, and it's like less than $3 for a whole rotisserie chicken. Yeah, Bangus is amazing. So it's not Amazon. It's amazing. See if you can get it somewhere online. I don't know if they have it on Amazon, but on Shopee. Kimchi racha. And no, it's not a strong kimchi flavor. It's got a little bit of kimchi flavor and smell. It's really a good chili sauce, but it's got some sweetness. I'm a spicy guy. This is one of my favorite sauces ever in my whole life. I love it. I can't recommend it enough. If they would get that imported to the US, whew, I think it would sell like hotcakes, especially with the regular sriracha shortage. Whoever is sleeping on getting kimchi racha to the US is screwing up. Yeah, she didn't eat much spicy either. Now she puts spicy on almost everything. She puts the kimchi racha on almost everything. She looked at me funny when I dipped the banana Q in it. It's like a fried banana with caramelized sugar on it. She tried it and now she craves it too. For like 2 days after she made it, she's like, I'm thinking, which means craving, wanting banana Q with kimchi racha. It was funny. Warren's eating it like crazy now. They already went through a bottle and they bought 2 more bottles. Yeah. You don't even need the sweet chili sauce, really. I mean, we got some, but this can go on basically anything. I've had pizza here, what they call pizza. It made me very sad. I think it would be really good on regular pizza. When I say regular, I mean US pizza or basically anywhere else. The cheese here is not fantastic unless you get it imported. I love cheese. I'm not super loving cheese in the fills though. I do love cheese in the fills. She's giggling.
Not me.
Quit hiding.
I'm not hiding.
You are hiding. She's hiding because she thinks she's haggard. She's not haggard.
Good morning. Lots of Kuya in the chat. The channel is Kuya and there's lots of Kuya in the chat. Kuya Wandera.
Well, that's squid.
Is what?
Yeah, that's squid.
Oh.
Bunso, Baraku, Kuya Intact. He has many, many names.
Sana all.
As soon as I say it's squid, she knows who it is. Every single meal she's made has been just amazing. A lot of people would think, oh, you're not having good food eating at home. I feel like I'm eating at my own private little restaurant. Yep, Java.
Jua.
She calls me love all the time. She made, was it yesterday you made the pancit? She made pancit yesterday. Better than pancit I've had made by Filipinos in the U.S. at a Filipino restaurant or homemade. This is better. Philip Massey, today is a month. So about 4 more hours and I'll have been here for a month. Actually, I was already in Manila a month ago, so yes, I've been in the Philippines for a month. Yeah, and we are eating healthy, very, very, very minimal processed foods. With the exception of some sauces, everything's fresh, made from scratch. Yeah, fresh seafood. We get our meat and fish and pork from a wet market up the road, like 5 minutes away. Oh, I definitely feel better. And when I sweat, which isn't much because I'm getting used to the temperature and humidity, you don't have the BO smell from the sweat. Nope. That first couple weeks I was sweating out a lot of toxins and stuff from all the crap in the US, and now feeling good, living clean, eating clean. I only have a handful of beers a week. I'm eating less too, so a lot of days we may only have 2 or like 2.5 meals. We usually don't have rice at dinner. Flushing stuff out, but also your body's getting used to the temperature, so even after 10 days I was already sweating less, and now like I have a tiny bit of sweat. When I first got here, by now this shirt would have been drenched, and it's barely even damp. Still recommend the Philippines. I recommend it even more than I did before. It's been everything I hoped for, everything I wanted, and then some, especially once we got the motorcycle. We've done 3 or 4 long rides with Warren and Bella. They live like 5 minutes away from us. We got garlic fried rice, corn tuna, eggs, leftover chucks to go. I think you're forgetting a P. What's the bread?
Pandesal?
Pandesal, not Amisal. No, but there's little bakeries all over the place. I actually meant to when we got up to run and get some, but maybe after we eat, we'll run up. I'll probably even leave the live stream going because it takes like 10 minutes. I'd like to live stream a ride, but I don't know if I have good enough signal. There's another one that's these little orange bread balls, and I don't know if it's yam or sweet potato or what that's in it, or if it's a type of fruit, but oh my goodness, they're like crispy on the outside, kind of like an old-fashioned donut. You guys got to come out to visit, if not move here. I did enough research that I knew what to expect. Nothing really was a surprise. Everybody is as friendly as they say. We'll be walking along or riding along with the camera and people are smiling and waving and asking what the channel is so they can go back and look later to see if they're on the videos. Hey Cryo, how you doing, bud?
You remember yesterday there's girls, student girls, I think four, there are four, right? They're giggling, say to the vlog!
What'd they say?
Vlog, I just hear them vlog. I think these are like hi to the vlog.
When we were going up the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
I think they were yelling faster. I think they were telling us to go faster on the motorcycle, I don't know.
I don't know.
But there were some boys too. It was boys and girls, school kids, walking alongside the road, yelling at the bike. Doing super good, Cryo. Got my visa extension back on Thursday.
Morning, Spatet.
So I'm good until the 10th of October now. The other good thing to get is this core liquid seasoning. This one's chili flavored, so it's spicy, but they have original too. It's got soy sauce in it, but it also has other stuff in it.
It's good for everything.
Yeah, you can put it on everything.
The pan syrup.
I'm here, yeah. As long as they keep renewing my visa and give me an SRRV. This is home unless this will be home as long as they keep extending me. Keep renewing me. Going back to the US will just be visits. If they made me leave and go back to the US, I would bawl my eyes out. This is where I want to be for the rest of my life. It's so much better. I have almost no stress. About the only stress I have left is just getting the paperwork done for Ash and getting them out here. And then when renewal time comes around, just you never know what they're going to do. But I still recommend using a service. It only cost me 1,000 pesos for JRC to process the visa. Thanks, Squid. You definitely want to shop at the farmers markets and wet markets and stuff. And you can tell if stuff is good, especially if you've got a Filipino with you. She knows what to look for. Me too. Much cheaper and better quality than going to like Hypermart. Well, people, hit the like, subscribe, guys. If you have money to come out for a trip, or you have an online job or a retirement coming in, come out, check it out. Do at least 2 weeks. Better to do 3 or 4 weeks. You don't want to do less than 2 weeks unless you're going. Yeah, I've been on Jasper's Live a lot, most days. In a day or two, what?
Every day.
I'm often live when he goes live, so I usually can mine pretty quickly and just go over there. We hang out for a while. A lot of times we have stuff to go do, so we start out in there and then bounce out and go do stuff. Even though I'm here, he's a big reason that I knew as much as I needed to know and came out here when I did, so. Jonah Paredes, say hi to my sister Ann and brother-in-law Tom. Hello, Ann and brother-in-law Tom. I absolutely recommend at least a trip. If you have money coming in or have a way to make money, come stay out here, because my budget is a little under $2,000 a month. Most people can't even get a place to just their rent for $2,000 a month. Hey Journeys, how you doing? I absolutely love it here. I will say it wouldn't be as much fun without this sweetheart I have here with me. Buntag, kumusta? Lucy Woman's World, good morning. Yeah. It's cheaper here, low stress, everything is beautiful, food's great. The people that say the food isn't good are obviously not embracing local food, because everything I have here is delicious. But I've always liked foreign foods, so I'd take food here over food in the US. Now if it's something that's like from the US, like pizza, I'll probably try a few different places just to see if any of them get better, but I will probably just avoid pizza here because it makes me cry.
I think the pizza is for the the cheapest pizza. That's why it's not good.
Well, even the pictures of the pizza at the place in the mall, it's like buy one, take one.
Yeah,
If you had the pizza that we get in the U.S., you would understand.
okay.
Kubarian, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I do want to go to Vietnam. I want to go on a food tour. I love Vietnamese pho. Thanks, J Mix. Austin Wayne, welcome. Yeah, well, I sold my house, so I thought about maybe trying to rent my place, and I was just like, no, I'm just gonna cut ties and just go. So I hadn't even been here before I moved, but I live in Hawaii. Yes, I know it's still the U.S., but Hawaii is still way different than mainland U.S. You're welcome, J Mix Vlog. I'm sure we'll visit at some point, but really I'm not a city boy.
16 people. Yeah.
I didn't even finish all my food. Full. Thank you.
I'm getting bigger now.
You're not bigger, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're healthy. Before I got here, she was talking about she was always dizzy and not feeling good. Now she's complaining that her tummy's getting bigger. She's not remotely fat. She's not big. She's got a little more weight on her, but she's not dizzy all the time and feeling poorly. She looks healthier. Hey, Crooked Eye, how you doing, brother? Everything's good, man. I put up another 4K HDR sneak peek video of our ride yesterday. Yeah, you can definitely make some money on a rental property, but I just didn't want to deal with it. And I needed to fire sale my place so I could pay off bills and come out without a bunch of stuff hanging over my head. Some management companies do great, some aren't great. You just gotta find a good one, and then they take care of like minor maintenance stuff and just things you wouldn't want to deal with as a landlord, especially trying to do it from another country. Just let them do it for you. If something breaks or there's a problem with the plumbing, they call the management company, not you. Yeah, and if Journey tried to do it himself, it would be a pain in the butt. So management company is important. Oh my gulay. I'm Filipina.
Filipino.
I know. I said it funny to make you laugh.
I'm Filipina na.
Yeah, instead of Filipina, since she's got a full value, call her Filipina. Nice. Taco bellyache. Yeah, it's good. I took a video from when we left all the way up to the top, a little bit at the top, coming back down, and we went into a closed community to check it out. Man, there's some money in that place. We stopped, we drove around a bit on the bikes, and then we went to like the community center and checked out their restaurant and stuff, and even the local food was expensive up there. So I mean, I would say there are legit millionaires, like US millionaires up there. A bunch of places in being built still. Beautiful area though, and it's got security coming in, going out, multiple points. It's called Tierra Vista, and they've got phases 1, 2, and 3 going. I think it would be expensive, but if somebody had some, you know, a higher budget than me, you'd be living nice up there. Well, it's about that time. She's gonna get to play host for a little while.
Hmm?
You're gonna get to dance and entertain people for a bit.
I'm going to rest a bit.
I'm gonna rest a bit.
Hi, Philip. I'm good. Thank you. I'm doing good, guys. The host need to rest a bit. I don't know, Philip. I don't know how to drive. I just ride. I know how to ride. I choose to ride trike than to drive, Philip. I don't know how to drive this way. I choose to ride bike. I don't know, no, trike and bus. The motorcycle now is very heavy. Oh my gulay, no. No for me. We're gonna fly. Three-wheelers, even three-wheelers, I'm scared to drive. I don't know. I have trauma because when I was young, I tried to um practice with the motorcycle and or bike, and I got accident. And until now, I can't imagine driving. Mautot.
Some topics get me fired up. Zero disrespect to anybody, but everybody that has ever said that three-wheelers are dangerous is fucking stupid. Because all of those people that said they were dangerous didn't know how to ride them and or were drinking. I've ridden them for thousands of hours. Guess what? A quad will tip just as easy. The trick is, make sure you lean the right direction. If you're gonna turn it, don't turn it and lean out. You're gonna roll the thing. You lean in, just like you would on a fucking motorcycle. If people lay over motorcycles, should we ban motorcycles? No.
Ay.
Cars can be dangerous. People drink and drive. Guess we should ban all the fucking cars. People that we came across in the dunes, and I spent days upon days, over months and weeks in the dunes, that had injuries, rented them, didn't know what they were doing, were drinking, launched themselves off the top of a dune and then dropped like 30 feet. That guy wasn't even a three-wheeler, it was a freaking motorcycle. And you have to be careful when the wind is blowing, because the wind comes up off the top of the dune and just keeps going straight. And so you may not realize it, but the sand blowing off that looks like it's going straight may actually drop off, because the wind is carrying the sand in a sheet. Whereas you come up, you never keep riding fast at the top of the dune. You come up, you slow down, you see what's on the other side before you keep going. This jackass came up, launched it, thought it kept going, dropped about 30 feet after flying about 40 feet through the air. I straight up have thousands of hours on three-wheelers, the old Honda Odysseys, which before the, like crossovers or whatever on the roads, the old Odysseys, which they ended up remaking, calling pilots. You would sit back in it with your feet out in front of you, and you had brakes and gas and stuff up here. Yeah, well, boots on the ground experience was operator error in virtually every situation. And how many things does the government get involved in that they shouldn't, and not get involved in things that they should? So, claiming that it's okay because the government got involved, weak argument. And when I say weeks on end out of the dunes, that's not just me. That's hundreds of other three-wheelers back in the 80s. I mean, I was born in 75. I was 3 when I started riding, which means I started riding in 78. Hundreds of people out on the dunes. Very few accidents. Almost all of the accidents were idiots rented them, drove them like they had a clue, and hurt themselves, or were drinking, or both. Well, they stopped production. They didn't shut it down. You can still buy them and ride them. So they didn't ban them. They just stopped production. There's a difference. Maybe they should ban aspartame because of all the bad effects it has on people's health. No? Not going to do that either? No, okay. Guess what? The FDA is part of the U.S. government. They pick and choose what they want to screw with. Yeah, you had to have a kidney belt. I didn't have one, but I would brace my feet. And I would launch that thing when I was like 14. And I would be all 4 wheels about 4.5 to 5 feet in the air. And I'd just brace really hard, and I'd come down, and those bouncy tires, you'd bounce all around, and I would just hang on tight. the steering wheel and brace my feet. I regularly launched that thing. I wished we had had GoPros and stuff back then, because my parents were just shaking their heads like, you realize how high you were? No. And my dad stood up, and he's about my height, so about 5'8", 5'9". He's like, you were up like this high. And I was like, whoo! Because there'd be like a little dune, and I'd work it out so I'd break it down enough, and then I would use it like a jump. Production and sales from stores. You can to this day still buy them and ride them legally. You can still buy them and register them in Oregon State and ride them in the dunes. So
That's mine.
I know. Did you see the app though?
Oh, the name. Shut. I don't know how to change the name in there.
You can. I'm pretty sure you can change it in the customized channel.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I just didn't, in case you didn't know, which obviously you didn't.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I changed the name.
Yeah. But that's the at handle. Like,
Okay.
there's the name, and then there's the actual handle. Yeah, you can't buy them new. I agree. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. Guess what? People are allowed to have other opinions. If people pile on and keep talking about a certain topic, then I'm gonna forcefully give my feedback, because it's my channel and I can do that. Doesn't mean I disrespect you or don't value your opinion, but my channel, my rules. Hey JA, just so you know, not everybody in here is a channel, is a connector. A lot of them that have moderator are just friends of mine, so they don't know how the whole connector thing works. So if they don't connect back, just understand YouTube doesn't run the same way in the US, unless these people are just viewer accounts. Nine people, 18 likes. Now we're on 28 in. Nice. I really want to sleep for a while, but yeah, you're welcome, JMX Blog. I just wanted to explain it to you that I run it kind of like a connector channel, but not everybody in here has a channel. Most of them are from the US and don't even know how a connector channel works. So most of you I give moderators so you can connect to each other. The other people are people that I know and trust, so I give it to them as well. Well, yeah, I mean, the government banned sales of them, and people went to quads. Personally, I've only spent a handful of hours on quads. I did not enjoy riding them compared to three-wheelers. I felt like I was less stable. I felt like if I turned a corner and hit the gas, I was more likely to roll over than I was on a three-wheeler. Well, you can say than a quad. You can't say more dangerous than an ATV. Any of those off-road vehicles are ATVs. Technically, a three-wheeler, a quad, a motorcycle, a sit-in Odyssey, a side-by-side, those are all ATVs. All of those are ATVs. I think you're thinking of a quad as being what an ATV is. An ATV is an all-terrain vehicle. ATV does not refer to quads. ATV refers to all of those off-road vehicles, all of them, just so you know, just so we're clear, because I was in the military, I was in submarines, I operate on very clear, concise, specific information. That's fine that you've had a four-wheeler. Guess what? A three-wheeler is also an ATV. A four-wheeler is a quad, is an ATV. A three-wheeler has three wheels, is an ATV. A dirt bike is an ATV. A Honda Odyssey is an ATV. Understand. I'm just saying, it's like when people are at home and they talk about their Wi-Fi. Your Wi-Fi is not your internet. Your Wi-Fi is the wireless signal enveloping your home, giving your devices signal. Your internet provider, your internet modem, whatever, even if it's a modem router, is not your Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is the bubble of radios around your house. That's Wi-Fi. People say Wi-Fi referring to their internet, like cable modem, Starlink, fiber, whatever. That is your internet service, your internet provider. That's not your Wi-Fi, even if it's coming from the same device. Wi-Fi, I get very specific with terms. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to be rude. Love you like a brother. But being on submarines and working with submarines for basically 30 years, I'm very, very precise on information and terminology. So I will clarify those things so people don't get confused. Because when people use the wrong term, then other people learn the wrong term and start referring to the wrong way. So if I can do a little bit to clear up any mistakes or less clear terms, I do that. Yes, all-terrain vehicle. I mean, nobody any disrespect, but I will clarify and correct things. If you want to play stupid fucking games with me, feel free. I'm not being a dick by using the correct terminology, but definitely feel free to push buttons. There's no need for that. I already said we can agree to disagree and have a difference of opinion. But if you say ATV and you're only talking about four-wheelers, that is flat wrong usage of the term. And I will tell you so. ATV does not only mean four-wheelers or quads. There's six-wheeled vehicles out there that are off-roaders that are also ATVs. Swinging on something really high. Next topic. Oh, the roosters are awake. They've been going, but I was awake before most of the roosters. There's always one going off around the clock, but they don't bother me. At some point, people will actually listen and realize I give zero Fs about the roosters or the dogs or the motorcycles or trucks driving by. I don't care. The noise does not bother me. Grow fast. Hello, hello. It's almost 7:15. It's not that early, but I did wake up about 3:45. Slowly started doing things, played my Star Trek Fleet Command game for a bit. Used the CR a few times, made coffee. Doing well, grow fast. No need to spam. Barbie Vlogs, hello again. Sorry if I offended you, but if people keep pushing on a topic, then I'm gonna push right back. You're welcome, GrowFest. Yeah, I definitely want to try the local coffee. I've heard it's really good. I just haven't had an opportunity yet. Legend of Warren. I was a little concerned about the weather for you guys today. When I woke up, it was thunder here. Alex, hello, how are you? Alex, you have a jacket now. I'm super tempted to go on that road trip with you, Warren, but my shoulder's already a bit sore. Tomorrow I really need to work on the paperwork for Ash. And then I hope I've got to drop off my bike at 9, so hopefully Frank doesn't have it all day. I'll reiterate that I need it back as soon as he can get it, so maybe he puts a little bit of more focus on it. Ordered on Shopee, cool, thanks Journeys. Hopefully he can have it back to me by like noon or 1, because as soon as we get the bike back Tuesday morning or whenever he gets it to me, we've got to drive to Biowan City. We'll stay the night there, and then Wednesday morning we go out to her Cheese Province for her mom's 60th birthday. But my shoulder starts aching because it's not even that I've really done anything to it other than just riding and having my muscles tensed from being ready for anything on the bike. That makes the shoulder hurt, and if I ride 5.5 hours each way, it'll be very difficult to ride a few more hours on Tuesday to Biowan. Yeah, I will. I'll tell him. I'll give him some extra if he'll expedite it, because we've got to get to Biowan. I'm not driving to Biowan City my first time out there in the dark. On the 11th, nice. Yeah, see, her mom's birthday is on the 11th, so we wouldn't be able to go on the 11th. But we're gonna drive to Biowan City, stay the night. I want to stay the night in the province. She's very against it. She's like, but there's no AC, there's not. She wants to take me on the boulevard. It's supposed to be one of the longest ones in a lot of the Philippines, so she wants to bebop around Biowan City, which is fine. And then we'll stay in a hotel, motel, whatever for that night, and we'll go out to the province. We'll see. She wants to go back to Bayawan City that night to stay, but I figure, I'm like, they're probably going to be partying into the night, right? Yeah, probably. I'm like, well, then I want to stay there too. Maybe I can have some of that coconut wine. I can use a taboo to wash my bottom and take a bath for a day. It's fine. I'm sure there is. Don't ask the rest of the question right now. Yes, I did. I sold my house in June. Sold stuff, sold the house, gave my stuff away. Didn't really sell anything. I just didn't want to deal with it or have time, so it either got thrown away or donated or given away. I have very little that I'm going to bring over in balikbayan boxes. Most of what I have here right now is what I have. Very small amount of stuff. Just checkpoints. Warren's been through a number of checkpoints, and he was gonna pull out his ID and passport and stuff, and they're like, no, you're good. They basically made sure he had a whatever DOT is out here sticker on the helmet, that he was wearing a helmet. Most of what I had wasn't really worth dealing with selling. Hey Bella, how you doing? I didn't want to deal with selling it. I had too much to do just getting ready to come out here, so sold the house at a low price because it needed a lot of work. I'm sure he's a bit frustrated because we've discovered there's more work than I expected, and no, I didn't know about it ahead of time. But yeah, I got it the next day. We called him, so I came in a month ago today, so Sunday morning, and we called him Monday morning, and it had come in, well, we called about noon. It had come in on the morning flight from Manila, so for whatever reason it just hadn't gotten transferred, even though they had all 4 bags that were supposed to go. For some reason that one didn't make it on the plane, even though it was the smallest of the 4, and everything was in it. So nope, everything was good. It was locked up, and it was never just sitting around. It was always with the airline, so if anything had gone missing, I'm sure Philippine Airlines would have been on the hook for it. But next time, if you're bringing cameras or GoPro, anything important, you can have a carry-on and you can have a personal item. That personal item can be a backpack. Keep it in the backpack that you keep with you. Make sure that backpack is 7 kilos or less, because they have you weigh it on at the departure gate, leaving the U.S. or wherever you're leaving from. And if it's over 7 kilos, you can take it on the plane. It's up to them if they're going to charge you an extra $200. Since I was in business class, they may not have charged me, but I was like, oh, I'll just check it. I should have pulled the GoPro out, put it in my backpack. I always thought you was talking to Karen. Hey Shekel, how you doing? I talked to her for a bit and then she stopped talking, and so I moved on. It was short-lived and she stopped replying, so whatever. I know she's a sweet lady, but she was busy with going OFW again, and she and I hit it off, and we're immediately like just click click click, so it was a better match the whole time. I mean, it was really barely ever a thing where Chi and I were a big thing basically as soon as we started talking. and I was coming to Valencia anyway, and it turned out she was from Bayawan, so she was only about 3 hours away, so it was a good, really good fit. And we have an amazing time together. We just get up, hang out, go on motorcycle rides, take footage. We're gonna go on lots of trips. Eventually we'll have a kid or two. But it doesn't even need to be discussed. It was barely a thing. So, no big deal. I wish her nothing but the best. But, yeah. We were like never together. We talked a little bit and that was it. Glad you're doing well, Shekel. Always good to see you guys. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it. Yeah, I gave 13 years active duty, and then I was a Navy civilian. That's what it said on my CAT card. Working in a shipyard for another 16 and a half years, so 29 and a half years service to U.S. government. And now I'm enjoying my VA disability. I left 10 years before I could retire from the shipyard, but that's fine. Because if I had stayed there to wait for retirement, I could have had a heart attack and died from all the stress. And I was burned out, so I needed to get out of there. And coming out here was one of the best things I've ever done. And Chi and I are like teenagers. We're like high school teenagers dating, and we live together. We're having a great time. Every single day is fun. She's always laughing and dancing and joking and getting around. Yeah, so you've been kind of around the shipyard environment, and it's just go, 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 go. And my job was super high stress. So if you see, whenever the shops are going to do work on the ships, they shut the valves and breakers and things, take cables off, and you hang the red danger tags on them. And we're the ones that would hang the danger tags. Well, ship's force would hang them, but we'd have to go around, verify all the positions, to check the tag outs, open the work authorization forms, the WAFs with the ship's duty officers. So if we screwed something up, it could break something, hurt somebody, kill somebody. So that was a lot of stress and responsibility. You always did your best and you tried to be perfect, but nobody's perfect. I'm sure some of my gray hair is from that stressful job. It paid well and I was good at it, but I was just ready to be done. So once I found out of the cost of living and that I could make it on just my VA disability, that's what I have. And then in another 5.5 years or so, when I turn 55, I can start pulling on my TSP, thrift savings account. And then like 7 years after that, I can pull Social Security if it's still there. So my money is just gonna keep increasing over the years. Yeah. And my knees were killing me. I'm not as young as I used to be, and I've got knee injuries in my shoulder and stuff, so that made it increasingly difficult to get around small tight spaces. And even though I was going slower because I didn't need to hurry around, I would still catch my knees on ladders or banging into things. I've got tons of scars on my shins from bumping into things, and I spent years on the things and I still would hit my shins and hit my knees, and I was just over it. All right, 3 viewers. I wonder if Jasper went live. Doot, 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 doot. No, it's just quiet. Did you guys check out the videos and shorts I've been putting up? Check out Chi the Filipina vlogs, videos and shorts. We're both putting up stuff from our trips. Not to your knowledge, what? Oh, Jasper, yeah, I don't see him up yet. Or, I mean, he's not live yet. I just saw the viewers dropped off, but that's alright. Well, they're spending money and like crazy, and there's more and more retirees using Social Security, and then they pull funds out of it for other things, and they're giving all these benefits to migrants and stuff, so who knows if it's going to be around when I hit 62. Yep, I will. If we have a kid, which we will at some point, I'll report it to the embassy. Now with my age, if I can't have one, because I had a vasectomy 24 years ago, they can do reversals, but with my age and how long it's been, I don't know if it would be successful. There's another procedure they can do where they take an enormous needle and stick it into your scrotum and extract the swimmers, and then I don't know, I don't think it's really in vitro fertilization, but like maybe turkey basted up, I don't know, to fertilize the egg. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with all the big channels. If we're unable to have our own kid eventually, then I was adopted, my sister was adopted when I was 4.5 separately. I mean, my adoptive parents adopted both of us, but they always treated us like blood, so I don't think of them as my adoptive parents. I'm just saying it for clarity for people watching. They're just my parents. I was a week old when they adopted me, so I'm totally turkey based, yeah. I'm totally open to adopting too. Now in that case, I couldn't just basically report it as a birth, so give them benefits. I'd have to go through the whole process to adopt them and get them citizenship and stuff. Yep, but even though it's a hassle, I would do it. But if we end up adopting, it's not really something that we could do. We'd have to go through the whole process to get them green card and then citizenship eventually. I'm gonna take this inside because she is inside, and I'll let her talk to you guys for a few minutes again. Let's see, that's off. Turn this other thing off. Clear out some of my notifications because that can slow your phone down. Says something was delivered. I don't think we've had anything delivered yet, so I don't know what Ninja Van's talking about. Thanks, man. Yeah, the way I was treated when I was adopted, they would be just like my own blood. What you doing? You're editing. You get to keep them entertained for a few minutes again. And actually, while it would be nice to get a referral on mine, it's actually cheaper to go through somebody that has uh, an active sponsorship link, because you go through like markgoogle.news.com and you can get 2 years for like 89 bucks. And if you go in straight into NordVPN without a link and get 2 years, it's like 380 bucks. So you save almost $300 by using his link. And I'd rather have people use that and get a better discount for themselves than worrying about a free month for me. Hopefully, eventually, I can get a sponsorship from them. Other people use like Surfshark and stuff, but I think that they just go with whatever company offers to sponsor them. But I think Nord is one of the best out there. Very fast. They have servers around the world, but you want to connect into like the US if you're trying to use streaming like Netflix or something. Otherwise, it'll push you into either it won't work or it'll push you into the library for the country you're in. You also don't want to do any kind of banking or anything on free Wi-Fi, including hotels, because sometimes people will set up a hotspot and name it like it's the hotel, and you'll link into that and then do your stuff, and they can steal your information. So a VPN encrypts it even on top of what your banking app does. So anything sensitive, you want to make sure you're on a VPN before you do it. And Marfugal News I like because he puts out really good information, but he was local to me in the US. He was over in Bothell, Washington, so he lived only about 2 hours away. And any news he puts out in his Marfugal News or Marfugal TV channels, you just click on the thumbnail for the video or the show, and he gives you a full bibliography of everything he covers. So even if you don't agree with his take on it, you can see what all of his source information was. And you can research it from there and trace it back to the original information and see what you think about it for yourself. But yeah, Nord's a super good service, and like I said, 2 years for like 89 bucks. And a lot of times they top it off with, I don't know, anywhere from 1 to 4 months additional free with a 2-year plan. I'm not sponsored. I don't get anything from saying that. And I'd rather you use Marfugal's referral links for that cheap price, because if you use like my link, you're still going to get probably maybe a small discount, but not the same kind of a discount you're going to get from a YouTuber link. Let's see, what's my hours at? Trying to get these watch hours chunked away. YouTube Studio runs 5 days behind, so it's almost 5 p.m. So almost 8 p.m. Every midnight East Coast time is when it processes the new day. Right now I'm at 17:19, so I was figuring I would just barely go over 1,700 hours yesterday, but it actually took me up to 17:19, so I'm over halfway. Had to hit 500 subscribers for the first tier, 1,000 for the second tier, and I'm at like 1,311 subscribers, so I'm beyond what I need for the first 2 tiers. Now it's just I need to hit 3,000 watch hours and then 4,000 watch hours. Here's what I'm at right now, 1,719, not 16.
How many?
1719. Yeah. And these live streams chunk away quite a bit, so a lot of them, depending how long I'm live and how many people come in, they go anywhere from about 20 hours to almost 39 hours for like a 2.5, 3 hour live stream. And then I'm working on putting up more shorts, and I haven't made the separate videos yet. The sneak peek videos I've been putting up, when you upload from GoPro, then it auto generates highlight videos, and that's what I put up for my sneak peeks. So I've got probably several hundred hours I need to edit. Obviously not all of those full videos are gonna go up as a video on YouTube, but I've got a ton of video. I've also got to see what the longest video I can put up. Like yesterday, we went on a ride and I recorded from the time we left all the way to the top of the mountain, so probably an hour. There was a point we stopped for a few minutes and I broke that one up, a couple shorter videos, and then coming back down too. I ran it until it ran out of battery when we got into Tierra Vista, and then when we got up to a hill where we could stop, I changed out the battery and took a bunch more. But that sneak peek from yesterday was a really good video. It's a little over 4 minutes, so I'll take a look at that. And then she is putting up a bunch of good videos and shorts. She's editing right now, her stuff, so I think before too terribly long we'll get another GoPro so that she has one too. This one's only a couple months old, but they're already coming out with a Hero 13 Black, so I may upgrade that to that one for myself and give her the Hero 12 Black. Something that's nice about the Hero 13, they added a feature where you can time encoding link multiple Hero 13s. So let's say you have multiple point of views, or you've got a view off watching whatever you're doing, video on it. You can have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 cameras time stamped, so you can have like multiple points of view at exactly the same time going. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, definitely high enough for temperature changes. And when we're going up, it doesn't look that steep, but man, when we come back down, it's like a 15 or 20 degree slope. And not only is the temperature different, but you can feel it in your ears. So going up, I've got to pop my ears. Coming down, I've got to pop my ears. Yesterday, we had to be pretty careful coming down because I was taking it pretty easy, trying to use both brakes so I didn't overheat them too much. And the front brake actually did overheat a bit and went totally soft for a while, so went very gingerly back down the hill because it was really basically a 1-lane road, maybe 1.5 lanes for what we think in the US. But there were no places to like where you have brakes on a big hill or if you lose your brakes on a big hill in the US where you have like a ramp that goes up for trucks and things that they lose their brakes. So if I had lost both sets of brakes going down, it could have gotten really ugly, and that thing's an automatic bike. So yeah, runoff, there's no runoffs most of the places here. So the only thing I would have run off is a corner, and yeah, not many of those kinds of things here. So we took it super slow coming back down. Tomorrow I got to take the bike in anyway I've got dual front spotlights for better headlights getting installed, another light for the rear, and then a louder horn, because the horn I have is fine if you're like letting a trike or another motorcycle know you're there, beep beep, but if they're in a big dump truck or something or a bus, they're probably not going to hear your little tiny horn. So he's installing a very, very loud horn on my bike. And then if we're going to be traveling anywhere at night, the lights on it are not very good. It's barely good enough for just in town. So bright lights, loud horn being put on tomorrow. I asked him to check the brakes and probably replace the brake shoes. And he said he would. I asked him to change the oil. He said he was going to check it. I'm just going to have him change it. It's supposed to be good to like the synthetic for like 10,000 kilometers, but as hard as we run these bikes going up the mountains in the province and stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and have them change it, because if it hasn't been changed yet, I mean, it could, even though it's synthetic, it could be almost 2 years old, since it's a 2023 bike, and you know, the next year comes out a few months before the actual calendar year changes. So I'm at about 9,500 kilometers on it. I got it at only about 8,000. But get the brakes tightened up, probably brake shoes replaced tomorrow, get the oil changed, not tomorrow, Tuesday morning, get the 150 watt LED spotlights on the front, better rear lights, and the loud horn. And I'm gonna see if he can expedite it. Tell him I'll pay him a little extra if he can expedite it, because as soon as that's done, the morning of the 10th, and I get the bike back, then we've got to drive a few hours. By bus, it's 2.5 or 3 hours, so I think we can probably make it in like an hour and a half, hour 45 to Biowan City. There's the little reservoirs by the grips, and I had brake fluid, but when it went out, as soon as it cooled down, I had brake again. So, and I texted the guy, and he said it just got overheated, so it just, as a protective thing, so it doesn't warp the disc, it just kind of stops working for a while until it cools off. So I definitely had fluid for both the front and the rear brakes. I think the pads or disc got hot, and so I'll have them change the pads. That's dirt cheap out here. But then we'll be ready for the ride out to Biowan City, and then Wednesday morning will be September the 11th day here, which is her mom's birthday. It's be her mom's 60th birthday, so we're going out to the province to celebrate her birthday. I'm really excited to go out there and see the province and meet her family. I actually wanted to go before now, but I think we probably would have gone another time, but JRC, I think, the girl that was filling out my paperwork didn't hear that I wanted my extension expedited, and then the BI, Bureau of Immigration, computers were down for a few days. So instead of getting it expedited and picking it up later the same day or early the next day, they had my passport and extension for a week. Well, they had the passport for a week before I got the extension approved, because the computers were down. So I did it on a Thursday morning, and I picked it up on a Thursday morning. And if you expedite it, a lot of times you can pick it up later the same day after a couple hours. I rode off-road in the States. I got my first dirt bike when I was 7 years old, and I started riding three-wheelers when I was 3. I was driving my dad's Baja Bug on the beach when I was like 8. I sat on his lap when I was 11 and drove their big GMC van. I couldn't reach the pedals, so I steered it. But I drove it a half an hour from Coos Bay to Bandon, Oregon, sitting on his lap when I was 11. That was about 30 minutes, so about 28 miles. So my dad started us early with learning how to ride and how to drive and stuff like that. So I love when I'm trying to clear notifications and it goes to the thing. So yeah, I've not on-road much, but I did have my first bike was a little Honda dirt bike. My second bike was a Yamaha 100 Enduro, and the Enduros would be like an adventure bike now, where it's a dirt bike, but it has brake lights, turn signals, and all the stuff you need to ride it on the road in the US. Nice. Yeah, the Honda ADV is just a 160cc, but it does great around here, and it's a snappy little bike. They might I don't know, the German guy we bought our bikes from, I bought mine and Warren bought his, said he's not sure if the Honda XADV 350 is going to come over. That would be a tempting bike. Even better would be the XADV 700, but the 700 is expensive, like 800,000 pesos, and I paid 152,000 pesos for mine. The 700 is bigger than I want to get. It is nice because you can run it automatic or manual. And a manual, you don't want to ride a manual bike in town or in a city because you'll be dealing with shifting and clutches and stuff constantly. And I watch other people do it, and it's just a pain in the butt. So you want an automatic bike. Yeah, there's the PCX too. The ADV is similar. The PCX is more of an on-road bike. The ADV, that's short for adventure. So it's made for on-road, but also light off-road, like dirt roads, gravel roads, and stuff. So if you were going to be doing any kind of riding, like in the province, to go out and see a Filipina or something, see your family, you're going to want an ADV over a PCX. But the German guy doesn't think the 350s are going to come to the Philippines for some reason. Warren said he's going to get in touch with Honda customer support and find out if they're going to be, if there's a way to get them in. I think both he and I both said that was about, a 350 is about as high as we'd want to go. Because the 700 is so much, but the 700 sounds like a beautiful bike. Just pretty expensive. And out here you can basically get a small car or a little pickup for almost the price you'd pay for that 700 XADV. Yeah, and I don't know what's different on the PCX, but how many cc's is that? In most cases, for like the stuff that he and I do, the ADV is better because we're going to be doing light off-road. I don't mean like big off-roading dirt bike mud trails and stuff. A 250, yeah. So, but I think the PCX is really designed more for on-road, but feel free to correct me because I'm not 100% on that. I think over a PCX, if I was going to get another bike, I would try and get them to import in one of the XADV 350s. I don't think it has the dual automatic or manual. Yeah, but I got a screaming deal on this ADV, and that's what I planned on getting. Everything that I planned on getting and doing so far has been exactly what I said it was, with the exception of I didn't get to bring Ash with me immediately, but he is still coming. Yeah, the ADV is automatic. All the ADV models are automatic. Now like I said, the 700, you can choose. It's both. If you can run that bike automatic or manual. It's not like you buy it and it's one or the other. You can switch modes on the 700 XADV. That's pretty awesome, but at like 800,000 pesos, I'd rather get 2 or 3 smaller bikes for the price. And I'll eventually teach Chi how to ride, but I've got to teach her how to ride a regular bicycle first, and then I would get a real small scooter that's much more manageable with the weight for her to learn on before I would ever try and have her drive the ADV, because the ADV is probably like 350 pounds, kilos, I don't know, and she's only like 110 pounds. So if that thing starts to lay over, it's gonna lay over. Yeah, but I mean, basically anything Honda is gonna be good. So if it was something other than a Honda, I would be more concerned. If Honda puts it out, they've probably tested the crap out of it, and it's going to be super durable, and it's going to have a really good warranty. So the German guy Frank tried to talk me into getting an NMAX, and a lot of people talk about the NMAX, but the NMAX is very similar to an ADV, but is just set up for on-road, and he and I both like to have at least the capability to do some light off-road with it. So unless you know you're going to be only in a city or only on roads, ADV is one of the best bikes you're going to get, and you do not want to be running through town on a manual. Even the trikes are running manuals, and they're constantly shifting, and it's just a pain in the butt. Nice, Bella. Yeah, you can practice outside there on your grass. That's the way to do it. Start with a bike, then get a small scooter, practice on that. Once she gets super comfortable on those things, then she can ride the ADV. But to just start out on it, if you're not used to balancing a motorcycle, that thing would just lay right over on it. Not just rush hour, but man, it was a pain in the butt having a manual. I love my RX-7, but going on and off base with those lines of cars getting on and off the base. Well, not really off the base, but on the base. I feel like I've lost a bunch of weight. I don't have a scale to weigh, but before I came out, I lost 16 pounds, and I've been eating a fair amount, but I've been eating healthy. And I was eating 3 full meals, rice every meal, and now we've dropped off. Usually dinner we don't have rice, and some days we only have 2 meals. I barely drink soda. I don't drink much beer or other alcohol, very small amount. Almost nothing highly processed. And most of our desserts are fresh fruit. So we've been eating really, really good. There's a gym walking distance, and then there's another one that's still probably walking distance that's better. We haven't started that yet. We probably will eventually. Yeah, soda's eating better, so yeah, eventually I'll get into a gym. But I've definitely, this watch is floppy now, so I've got to get another link taken out. We were at Robinson's, I forgot to get the tool at the Casio shop. But I need to take another link out of my G-Shock. Yep. See how long before she notices.
Hi guys. Who's there?
We got Alex, Sir Williams, not sure who else. We got 8 people. Most of them are lurking. I wouldn't be surprised if Joan's in there lurking. Yeah, I already feel better than I was in the US. My stress is virtually non-existent. Eating healthy. Almost everything we eat is home cooked. Hey Narcy, how you doing? And today, Unsadong, Boang, Warren, where are you? He's watching football. I saw the plan changed for going to Cebu to the 11th, but we'll be in Bayawan on the 11th for her mama's birthday. I'm super excited to go out and meet the family. She's worried about me being out there and dealing with the taboo for washing my behold and taking a shower.
No shower there. It's province.
Yep, I hear you, Alex. Definitely eating better. Hey, Warren. Eating better, low stress, eventually get some working out, but we're also going on a lot of riding trips, and a lot of those riding trips are going to be once we get to the place and park it, and then we walking or hiking. like Casaroro Falls. What do you guys say? It's like 600 or 700 steps going down and then coming back up, and that's just the steps up and down, not the steps out to the falls. Herbie, how you doing, brother? We had a really great ride yesterday. Yesterday, guys, check out the sneak peek video I put up. She put up some stuff. Tons and tons of hours to review and edit and post up. I thought you said the hub before us was the better one, because just up from us is the one that's like upstairs that you said wasn't as good. I've heard it pronounced both ways. I've asked and I keep being told it's taboo. The villain is chilling in the province. Nice. Couple more days and we'll be out in the province in Taiwan.
Tomorrow, right?
No, tomorrow's Monday. We go on the 10th, but after Frank services the bike. So I've got to. We drop it off at 9 a.m. I've got to push him to expedite it. I don't want to wait until 3 or 4 p.m. to get it, because then we wouldn't have enough time to make it to Baiwan City before it gets dark. Whatever it is I'm doing, I'm just, I may not go to church, but I pray a lot and I plan a lot and research a lot. And anytime something gets in the way of something, seems like God smooths it out. And He showed me this sweetheart. And she's been just amazing. A lot of people are like, oh, wait and see how it is in person. Oh, it's only been a month, but it feels like I've been here and we've been together for several months here in the Philippines already. We've packed so much in that month. Yeah, we're having a great time and everything just keeps falling into place. But I mean, I did a ton of research, like almost daily research for like 10 months. So I was very prepared to come out, and it's funny because so many things I've done over the years in my life really were like little preparation steps to coming out here. Riding motorcycles and ATVs when I was young, but also riding out in the dunes for weeks of my life, if not months of my life. You have hundreds of ATVs and dune buggies and stuff out on the dunes. There's no signs or anything. Everybody just watches where they are, and everybody just flows through. And I realized after about a week or two of being here, riding on the trikes and learning where things were and watching the traffic patterns and stuff, even the sounds of most of the motorcycles and trikes and stuff, they sound like two-stroke, and I'm like, that sounds like being out in the dunes. And I realized I needed to stop thinking about the roads here like driving in the US and think of driving here like driving out in the dunes in the US. Everybody's just closer together, but you come up to a four-way intersection and everybody's just going and they let each other through. Everybody's usually pretty courteous. Yeah, Herbie, come over to Duma, man. Valencia, Dumagueti's nice, and it's a lot bigger area than what most of the vloggers make it seem. They make it seem like it's mostly Robinson's Mall and the Boulevard. It's a lot bigger than that. Man, if we could get places up in Tierra Vista, though, That place is a beautiful place. And it's out in the province, but it's a gated community with security and high-end homes, like definitely US millionaires living up there, Philippine millionaires. Doing great, Wandera. How was Iloilo? Where you at now? Just chilling out after having breakfast. Not really sure what the plan is today. We had a big day yesterday. I actually had to look at my watch. It's it's Sunday. Ooh, it's Sunday. We got to go to Valencia Market. I don't know if we'll get much this week though, since we're going to Baiwan.
I think yeah. So well.
Because I thought we had to go to the wet market too on Sunday, but we've driven by there several times and the wet market's open during the week too. So skipped Iloilo, went straight to Guimaras Island. Nice, and that's where I hear the best mangoes are. So I don't know. Maybe we'll skip the market today. Ooh, no, I need to go get my pickled eggs from Dave's Home Goods, Dave's Home Foods. But I don't think we're gonna buy much at the farmers market today because we're gonna be out for at least 2 days. Because sometime on the 10th we go to Baiwan. We'll be out there on the 11th for her mom's birthday. And we'll see if we come back right after or if we stay another day or two. We'll see how it goes. So we'll probably skip most of the fruits and veggies this week. Hey, you can. A ton of people have commented on it. They saw my live streams and videos before I came out. And it's like this huge weight is just gone. Biggest grapefruit, nice. Well, I'll tell you, if you can get sour mango, I love sour mango. It's unripened. They slice it and then you dip it in sea salt that's seasoned with hot chilies, and that is super good, man. First time I had it, I had a couple slices and I was like, no, I'm good. And then later that evening, she pulled out the rest, and I was like, yep, I want some more of that. And now I start craving it. So, sour mango with spicy sea salt is awesome. It's also good in the kimchi racha too. Stress and all the nasty stuff that's in the processed foods back in the States. Eating so much healthier now. Most of our meals are fresh cooked meat, fish, fresh veggies, very little sweets. Most of our desserts are fruit. So we're eating very healthy, and her food is amazing. She's so adorable. She just itty bitty and just sits wherever, just curled up.
I said like no.
You sit like what?
Oh.
Yeah, you had that pulled out too far. Now the back dropped down. What do you sit like? Like Angoy.
You should have.
And you show them. Don't show me now. I did, Alex. She's 32. She does not look 32, does she? Well, if you don't do the sour mango, you can still put the sea salt on other fruit. Like it's even pineapple, it's good on. You would think salty on it, and you're not over salting it, but the salt breaks down the cell walls and lets the juice out, and it makes it more flavorful. I grew up putting it on cantaloupe. I've put it on pineapple since I've been here. I put it on watermelon since I've been here. and I am a busy man. Um, and that salt is important to keep up with all the sweating you do out here. Now I'm doing a lot less sweating, but you still need to keep your electrolytes up. So eat bananas, get the sea salt. Cheese a 92 model. And yes, everything is smaller in the Philippines.
Yeah, even the Yakult is smaller. Don't show me now.
Stop hiding, you.
I'm editing though.
She's editing. Oh yeah, the Yakult. Let me show you the little tiny cultured milk thing they use instead of yogurt here.
You see? Yakult is very small.
That's essentially Filipino yogurt. Eat it like a mango. Definitely juicy like a mango. She's not listening because she's editing.
I hear you.
It's basically yogurt. Yakult. And that other place, Sulu something in Mindanao. Yeah, man. And but it's genuine burning desire for both of us. So even better. Yeah, but there's a fair amount of times where she's editing and not listening. Reason why Western guy is grumpy. Huh.
I asked Warren, did you watch a video? I asked Warren why Western guy is grumpy. And he said like four reason. There's a four reason. You'll watch
Sneak peek.
that.
Hungry, horny, sleepy. I don't remember what the fourth thing was.
I'm learning.
She's learning now. Oh my gula, you're down in Zambo. Careful, because I've heard a lot of them say you should not leave Zambo City without police or military escort. I'm glad you're in a safe place, but I don't know if I would do it. What's the other place? Sulu something. They say do not go. Nice, Alex. I don't know how I should take that statement, Alex. Yeah, I've heard do not go to Sulu. I've also been told, and I don't know if you traveled across Mindanao, but most people say if you're going to go to someplace like Zambo, fly to Zambo City, go to like the beaches and stuff, you're fine. But going out to the province without an escort, like police or military, can be a bad idea. I'm sure some people are fine, but other people not so much. I'm not sure if I would do it, but I'm whiter than a sheet of paper, so a sheet of paper sees me without my shirt on and puts sunglasses on. And she loves it. She loves how white I am. If I was wearing shorts like this in the US, I would be teased because I'm so pale. No! Don't visit Sulu, dummy. I don't care if you're a Marine. You don't have weapons. They have bang bang weapons. Bad idea. Could you do it? Maybe. Would you die? Maybe. You're not in the Marines anymore. Yeah, so Herbie being darker, whether it's black or not, is going to be safer than somebody like me. Or you, Warren. Only in America, the joke goes, can a poor black boy become a rich white woman? That's funny. I don't care who you are right there. And if you're offended, grow some frickin' thicker skin, yo. Warren and I are both veterans. A lot of the people that come in here are veterans. And if they're not veterans, they're like Jasper, who's been through difficulties in life and has a lot of life experience that make him as tough as a veteran in many ways. Where are you at now, Alex? Nice. My dad was drafted to the Army, did 2 years. He was a conscientious objector. Look up Fort Detrick, Maryland, Whitecoats. They were basically human guinea pigs or biological, nuclear, chemical warfare agents. And most of the PPE and um, chemical, biological procedures and protective gear that are used in hospitals and for the military were developed at Fort Detrick. My dad did that. Hey, Faithful, how you doing? Good morning. And then, nice. I graduated high school. My parents started me a year later in school, so I graduated when I was 19, joined the Navy, did 13 years, went in the shipyard for 16 and a half more years, so I did 29 years. combined federal service. I was tempted to stay till March so I'd get my 30-year pin, but I was like, too many things going on, too many talks of other lockdowns and wars and things. I was like, I just need to get to the Philippines, because if anything, any stupid shenanigans happen, and if there's any kind of lockdown or lock in place for whatever reason, I'd rather be here than stuck there in the States wishing I was in the Phils. My son joined the Navy when he was 23. I wanted him to go in out of high school, and he wasn't really interested. And he did some years working for his grandpa up in Alaska, and then came down and lived with me for a few years. And I didn't even suggest the military, even though I thought it would be great for him. He figured it out on his own, because he was working crazy hours at McDonald's and still making jack crap for money. So he had already been talking to the Navy recruiters and told me about it when he was scheduling to go to MEPS. Hey JP, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, guys, hit the like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Yeah, but I mean, I wish he was on submarines. He's on destroyers, but if there's gonna be wartime, about the safest place you can be is on a submarine. Everybody else can go pound sand, be bullet sponges, and I'll sit in my sonar shack, air conditioned, with my coffee, listening to whales fart. Happy Sunday, JP. How you doing, brother? Well, not just the Ford has the greatest destroyers. Ford has whoever's also from Norfolk. I don't know where my son is right now, and I don't ask because I'm not stupid, but I know since he's been on deployment, I know he's been to Singapore and I think SoCo. Other than that, I know he's pulled in places, but he wasn't able to tell me. And like I said, I don't ask. I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved in them and he just couldn't tell me about it. There's a couple of pictures he sent me of a port. He made sure to strip out the location data, and I was like, I don't know where you are. It looks tropical. I'm sure you can't tell me. He's like, yeah, probably not. Well, I did most of my time on those Trident submarines, so anytime a Trident submarine goes to sea, it's the third most powerful entity in the world. Now the trouble is, if it's one war, the US is pretty much guaranteed to win. But if we're spread over multiple fronts, like they look like they're setting up to try and do right now, those are when all the war games show that we would lose. So if things are going off in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Ukraine, you spread us out too thin, that's a bad day. Not excited about that, but what can you do? What are we at? Almost 3 hours. Nice. Speed of sound, not the speed of light. Alex. Nice one, Dara. Yeah. SR-71, there probably is an SR-72, but you're talking about the SR-71, and it's like 6 times the speed of sound, not 6 times the speed of light. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. Yeah, there was. This year was some of the biggest joint maneuvers, and I think it was maybe the first time they did joint naval maneuvers. So the Dark Star is, the look of it is a potential replacement, but that was a computer generated fictitious plane for Maverick, as the story goes. Now China got pretty freaked out by the Dark Star in Maverick. I don't remember at the start. That might have been Dark Star. Oh, I'm sure they're working on something like it. I'm sure it's not called the Dark Star. It's probably not even called SR-72. There's a bunch of rumored planes for years. I mean, even in the early 90s, they were talking about the Aurora and stuff like that. Whatever they show us, they're decades ahead. So, I mean, you look at when the first Nighthawk flew, and the first B-2 flew, it was like they were being designed in like the 70s, and they flew them in like the 80s for the test flights. I think the newer one is probably going to be like the NGAD, and it'll probably be either capable of crewed or remotely, so crewed or drone. I'm sure they've had a replacement for like 2 decades. It'd probably take 3 or 4 or 5 decades before they admit to it. They'll basically be retiring whatever the replacement is. I'm not going to say was. If they retired it, then they have a replacement already. For some things, and I think they should have kept going with the Raptors because the price would have come way down. The problem is, if they restarted production, it would be very expensive again. So personally, I don't like the idea of a single engine plane. I think the Raptors are better. Certain things the Lightning is better on, but F-35 is good, but it's crazy expensive and has a lot of issues. Yes, they had SR-72 Dark Star, which was a fictitious plane. Does it reflect reality? Probably. But that plane was not real. Have you heard of computer graphics? Yeah, I liked Maverick. I thought Maverick was as good as the first Top Gun, and there's not many movies I'll say that about. Yeah, it's probably a plane with little drones around it, acting as decoys and sensors. Yeah. Well, you have to be secretive, because if you're not, then places like China end up with it. Look at their newer stealth jet. That thing is obviously ripped off of much of the F-35. So they have a lot of the F-35 technology now, even though theirs is a bigger beast. and is running 2 engines. I just I I don't like just having one engine. I think that's a poor idea. I really liked the Raptor. I really liked the Tomcat. Well, it depends. Not everything China makes is shitty. They want people to think that. Their military hardware isn't shitty. It may not be as good as ours, but it's not like stuff that has made in China printed on it that's crap. The stuff they use is good stuff. And unfortunately, look how many pieces and parts are made in China or material sourced from China. Well, that's where they're working on like the dual mode engines that can act like a regular jet engine at slower speeds and then move to what is it? I forget the name of it. It goes from a regular jet to like a scramjet at high speeds. They've been trying to get that worked out for quite a while. I think they've had it worked out for quite a while, but obviously, like I said, they're not going to tell us that. Yeah, AWACS are just too big and slow and susceptible to being taken out. You need to have distributed platforms. So if one piece gets taken out, you don't basically lose that whole piece until a replacement's in. Because what's to keep that replacement from being taken out? So have lots of smaller meshed systems. I don't think they had a switch over in the SR-71. Like they had special fuel for the SR-71. I don't think it was a dual mode engine. And they basically, as soon as they took off, they had to refuel because at ground level, at cool temperatures, it was leaking fuel. So it would take off not even fully fueled and immediately refuel. Good Lord. Mary and her spicy topics.
Oh, for the guys.
Yeah. Hey, she's pulling in the money, so no hate from me. If I was a pretty girl, I'd be using the spicy to get money too. Poo it. She's cold because of the air conditioning. Meanwhile, I have the air con set at 22 Celsius, which is warm. And she's cold. Oh my gulai. Hanako. Hanako. I know they keep getting spicier and spicier, Evander. Right.
I tried to be spicy.
You trying to be spicy? You can be spicy. It's
On my
okay.
channel.
Yeah, it's okay for me. I told her I don't mind if she's spicy.
Oh, that's funny now. My family will kick me now.
Well, then keep keep YouTube normal and make Fansly.
Well, I not know. Ay, gulay.
It's okay. I'll teach you. You can be like that. It's okay for me. I had to reread titles several times. I was like, wait, what did Evander say? Her what? She's getting her videos pulled? Yeah, I heard that. Heard she had like 3 videos getting pulled. She's gonna get her channel yanked if she's not crazy. She just barely got monetized.
But she's still waiting for her pin. Google pin.
She hasn't even gotten her pin yet, so
That's a problem if YouTube will not send
yeah.
the pin for her.
Yeah, if she keeps it up and YouTube doesn't send her the pin, then she'll never get any of the money from super chats and
She need to be careful.
ads. Alright, well, she's my friend in person, so I'm not throwing any shade at Mary. It's just, I just say she needs to be careful so she doesn't lose her channel. Oh, I'm sure it's Angry Karen, Wildebeests, linebacker types. No, it said she was with 4 guys in a day. It was 4, not 3. And then she put up another one saying, how could I manage 4 guys in a day?
Wow.
Patreon, or probably better if she does Fansly. Haha! Oh yeah, no, she was at the airport. She was with Chi at the airport when I flew in, and she was there to record video. Not a whole lot of video recorded, but it was still good to see them both. And she was a little nervous, but she picked me up in an aircon van, and we went to Robinson's Mall so I could get some money exchanged. Time to fire up the pipe. Oh my gulai. I got a pipe for you, Herbie. I wonder if Jay is gonna go live today or not. It's not 9 yet, so it's still early for him.
Resting a bit.
Resting a bit. A pipe, I think I could do. I wouldn't be big on cigars, but I love the smell of pipe tobacco, especially like a cherry or something. You guys got comments, questions, topics? Yeah, I'll be clear. I'm not talking bad about Mary. It's just very spicy and I don't want her to lose her newly monetized channel. She's my friend. I've met her in person. Let's go to the markets. I think we're not going to do a lot of market. We're going to go up David's Home Foods made me some spicy pickled eggs and spicy pickled golden eggs. So I need to go pick those up.
Delivery is coming from Shopee.
I want to know where my deliveries are because it says some stuff was delivered already.
The manager of the Shopee messaged me.
Yes, I'm not talking about Shopee. I got notifications that stuff was delivered for my stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know where it was delivered to, if they delivered it.
But I received from the manager of the Shopee. He said if you like the parcel or no, because we're trying to go back to the owner if you don't like, because they called me last day and like 1 day ago, last 2 days ago. We're not here. The shop is not mine.
So I do need to bounce up, but not very long. We're not getting fruits and veggies this time because we're going to be going to buy one. And with that, 7 people hit the like, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Today, let's see, another like hour and a half, and it'll be a month since I landed. Yeah, I've heard about the Sans Reval buffet. It's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
We already had breakfast though, so we're good for this week. But I do need to go to the market to pick up my spicy pickled eggs. But I guess we're waiting for a delivery, and I think from Shopee, and I'm pretty sure I also have some Amazon deliveries coming in. Yeah, I've been a gamer since, let's see, my first computer was a Commodore 64. My first console was an Atari 2600. Nice. Yeah, we'd love to go, but we can't because we'll be in Biowan for her mama's birthday. Yeah, I had a Commodore 64, an Atari 2600. I had a original NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System with Super Mario Brothers. I had the original Game Boy when it came out. And we actually had another guy at my high school had one, and we had the link cable. So that was like playing LAN party Tetris back in 1990. That was pretty amazing. I had a Genesis, Sega Genesis. I had the Sega CD to go with the Genesis. I had a 3DO system, which was a short-lived, but it was, I can't remember if mine was Panasonic. There was 2 companies that were licensed to make it, and 3DO was originally part of Electronic Arts, and the head guy of that started 3DO and then split it off. And in personal finance in high school, our teacher said, okay, you have 2,000 pretend dollars to invest and watch the stock market. If I had had the actual money to put into that company, I would have made a whole bunch on 3DO and Dell, because I was watching in 93, 94, I watched Dell go up and split, Dell go up and split, Dell go up and split. 3DO went from like $2 to, I think it went up to like $39. I had 3 PlayStations when it was just PlayStation. It wasn't PS1, it was just PlayStation. The reason I had 3, I kept burning out the CD drives. I played it so much. Had an N64, day one Xbox, day one Xbox 360. Had a PlayStation 3. Really, basically used it just for Blu-ray player, because when it came out it was about the same price for a Blu-ray player, so I opted for the PS3. Had a PSP, PlayStation Portable. Had an Xbox One, Xbox One X Scorpio Edition. I should have had Xbox Series X the day of launch. I had it reserved on Amazon and Target, and they both oversold and canceled my pre-orders. I used to build my own PCs from desktops from motherboards, put everything together back when sound cards were a thing. Yeah. Legend of Alexander, how's it going, man? Oh, here we go. 4 or 5 comments inbound from Legend. He's being a smarty, so I'm being a smarty back, pulling his comments. How did it go today? It's not even 9 a.m. yet, dude. I don't know. I'll have to check my watch. It's up your ass and to the left.
You know this guy
Yeah, that's Bruce Willis. What?
died today at 69.
What? Okay, I gotta verify that. Where did you see that?
Her beauty. I don't know where is this. Her beauty on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't necessarily believe it if it's on somebody's random.
I don't know. Maybe this is fake.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake ones.
Fake.
Yeah, I think that's fake.
Fake.
I had to check. She had a news thing on Facebook from somebody's feed saying Bruce Willis had died. So either it's very breaking news or I don't see anything about it on Google News. So I think it's a bogus claim.
Let's go somewhere.
I forget what the service was. I know Scott Mason had sent me stuff. It's like LBC or something like that. They send Balak buy-in boxes. There's like 20 inches by 20 inches. You don't want to ship bricks, but basically as long as it fits, I don't think there's a weight limit. And I think it's $90 a box. I've had a bunch of things come from Amazon, but I have stuff that I believe it's supposed to get delivered today. Possibly yesterday. Yeah, I actually read it as Amazon, even though it says amazing. I've gotten a lot of stuff from Amazon already here. So the trick is you need to have $49 or more of qualifying products to get free shipping, but you need to keep it under like $200 or you get hit with import fees. Now, if you have multiple things you want and those things are over $49, do one order, 5 minutes later do another order. Even if they put it in the same box that's on Amazon, and you still don't get hit with import fees. Yeah, I'm guessing probably not the gold bars. $317. Nice. Well, we're chugging away toward 3,000 watch hours.
30 likes. Wow.
Yep, 30 likes. Hit the like guys if you haven't yet. Appreciate it. Hit subscribe. Chi and I are both putting up videos and shorts. Most of mine are sneak peeks so far. I've got got hours of video to edit and make long form videos on, just haven't had a chance to do it yet. Thanks, Bella. Yeah, you send something like that, it's gonna go missing. I'm sure it fell into the ocean, into somebody's pockets. But if you want to play stupid games, we'll see if you win stupid prizes. So do what you want. Oh my gulai. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it. You can hold it for him. Nice. Well, the other way you can help is go to my channel and go to my playlists, and there's a KuyaStorm Lives, and you can just set that to play all and turn off the volume and just let it rip. And it counts as a watch as long as you watch 30 seconds, but the longer you watch it, the better. So she puts on my playlist when we go to bed, and it burns through anywhere from 8 to 10 hours overnight. Thanks, man. I think I'm gonna bounce out of here. I'm at 3 hours 20 minutes, so I need to get some stuff done for the day. Maybe I'll be on later. If not, I'll be on tomorrow. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I know everybody's time is limited, so I really appreciate everybody's been in here. Whether you're actively watching or just letting it play, it means a lot. And we're chunking away at those hours, and we'll get there here in another month or two, if not sooner. Especially if I can get some videos up. So I'll catch you guys again soon. Thank you. Hanako.